Hello, David. I see you are wearing Mansfield casual again.
Yes, Kevin, I am. I wear this every day.
So, I hear that you blew your motor today.
Yes, I did. It was on the second lap. I saw a puff of smoke coming from the right side of the hood. I looked down and saw the oil pressure was a 0, the warning light was on, and then I shut it down.
Really? That's exactly what happened to me at Road Atlanta.
Yes, I know.
Please notice how I am not laughing at you.
I did notice. You are obviously a better person than I am.
That is true. Who was it that last rebuilt your motor?
Arrow Racing in Michigan. Who was it last that rebuilt your motor?
Arrow Racing in Michigan. How many hours did you have on your motor?
20 or 25 hours only. How many hours did you have on your motor?
20 or 25 hours only.
So, we both had our motors rebuilt by Arrow Racing in Michigan?
Yes.
And both of our motors blew at about the same 20 to 25 hours?
Yes.
What failed with your motor?
The number one rod bearing spun.
The number one rod bearing spun?
Yes.
But that is very unusual. No.
Yes. Normally, a rod bearing is spun due to low oil pressure. On the Viper, it is usually the number 3 rod bearing followed by the number 4.
But that is not what happened.
No. It was number 1 only. All other rod bearings were in good shape.
What does that mean?
It means that because all other rod bearings were in good shape that there was no oil starvation, hence low oil pressure.
So how did the number one rod bearing fail?
It was most likely an rebuild error on the part of Arrow Racing in Michigan or a faulty part installed by Arrow Racing in Michigan.
So, it was nothing that you did to cause it?
No, there is nothing I could have done to cause this.
I have yet to check because I'm very lazy, but I believe I too had a rod bearing spin. My motor exhibited exactly the same symptoms as yours?
Yes, it sounds the same.
So, let me ask you this. Because Arrow Racing in Michigan has my second motor which they are rebuilding for me now, I'm interested in how this issue was handled.
Okay.
When Arrow Racing in Michigan saw what happened to your motor, did they offer to cover the rebuild?
No.
So, did Arrow Racing in Michigan at least offer a good explanation why their rebuild failed?
No.
Although Arrow Racing in Michigan would not cover the cost of your rebuild, did they at least ensure that this failure would not happen again in 20 to 25 hours?
No.
Did you get a good failure report from Arrow Racing in Michigan?
No.
Okay then, did Arrow Racing in Michigan rebuild your motor again?
No.
Really?
Well, they did offer me a 10% discount on the motor rebuild. But they offered me no assurance that this would not happen again in 20 to 25 hours, no explanation as to why it happened, and admitted no fault of their own.
I see. That would make me nervous.
It did. That's why I had Arrow Racing in Michigan ship my motor to Viper Specialty Performance in New York.
Viper Specialty Performance in New York?
Yes.
Your motor has been in more states than I myself have been.
I know. You Mansfield people don't get out much.
No. But we have the best mud around.
Yes. I can see it under your fingernails.
Since Arrow Racing in Michigan already has my second motor, it makes sense to have them rebuild that motor and ship it to me as soon as possible or I won't make it to Sebring.
I agree. Chances are they will be able to rebuild a motor which will last at least one event.
However, I am a bit nervous about having my motor rebuilt by Arrow Racing in Michigan. I am hoping that Arrow Racing in Michigan will do a better job this time.
I hope so also. They have been getting a lot of practice. Who knows? Maybe they'll get it right this time.
If not, there are a lot of Vipers in the Viper Cup series that are going to spin rod bearings this year on TV.
Yes. Don't you find it interesting that we have been used as guinea pigs?
How do you mean?
Well, we were the first to convert our cars into an X before we knew there was going to be an X. We were the first to test the new Viper in a racing environment, found and fixed problems like overheating, computer and electrical problems, weak pistons which blew both our motors previously, and now rod bearings.
Yes, that is true.
Then, they used information we gave them to improve their X. Yet, we get no help, credit or appreciation for helping pioneer the X, and they won't let us race with them in the Viper Cup series because our X did not come off their production line even though we were willing to pay to have our cars modified and certified as an X.
Yes. And now I am even more angry. I would not piss on them if they were on fire.
In racing, you are truly on your own. Unless, of course, you own an X.
Yes. At least we have each other.
Well, I meant to tell you earlier before you blew your motor.
What?
I sold my car and I bought an X.
No. No. Tell me it is not so.
I am truly sorry, my friend. But I do not like being the red-headed stepchild. I want to be part of the family.
I understand. But now I am alone.
Well, you still have Frank.
Yes. Frank also had his motor built to X specifications like I had mine built.
So, that means you have Frank's motor blowing up to look forward to. If it follows the same schedule, it should blow within the next 2 events.
Yes. Thank you, Kevin, for being such a good friend.
No thanks needed. It is just who I am. Good day and happy motoring.
Good day to you too. I'm going to call Frank and get to know him better. He's going to need a good friend in a few weeks.